All praise is due to the Most High. Peace to the gods. So you're no longer apologizing. This message is really for the chosen ones, the underdogs, people that have been overlooked, probably underbooked and underpaid too, dismissed, misjudged. Yeah, it's really overlooked. A lot of y'all are tired. The empaths, the dark empaths now. A lot of you are tired and you broken free. You used to be a caterpillar, now you're a full butterfly. You're no longer walking around apologizing for existing. A lot of people, y'all really waking up when you're coming into yourself. You used to be misjudged, but you possess a lot of power. That's the thing about the chosen ones, very unique people, very powerful people. A lot of times you'll play small so that other people won't feel insecure. You'll play small so that people wouldn't feel inferior around you or less than. But a lot of y'all energy is like, I don't care about none of that. You're done with all that. All right? You realize in order for you to get the things that you want, in order for you to accomplish what you need to accomplish, and in order for you to be fully in your authentic self and be free and how you operate in the world, you really have to stop shrinking yourself to make people feel uncomfortable. This is a season in your life where you're getting so much of what you're always supposed to have. You're getting so much of what you've always supposed to have, right? And part of that is your peace of mind. A big part of that is your confidence. You're no longer apologizing for being confident. You don't need people's permission to feel good about yourself. You don't need validation. And you're done trying to convince the world and try to convince people that you're a good person, because a lot of people misjudge you. They may spread gossip and lies about you. So for a period of time, you walked around trying to prove that you're a good person, because for some time there was a reputation about you that was questionable, even though you knew the truth. And even some of the people that gossiped about you knew the truth, but people looked at you sideways sometimes because of the lies spread about you. But you're done doing that. You're not over explaining yourself. You're not trying to prove that you're a good person. You're not even trying to prove that you have value, because you know who you are. You've always known. But you've officially, I feel like that's a spell. You're officially breaking out of that spell of playing small. It's an energy, and it's your mind. It's in your subconscious mind, because it's like for a long time you instinctively lowered who you was, because you knew based off of the environment that you was in, the people that you were around, that they would get kind of jealous, they would get insecure, they would, you know what I'm saying, they would feel inferior, they would see you as a threat, as a problem. So you shrunk yourself, diminished your value, played small to soothe the insecurities of the people that you had around you. And for a while it worked. It worked, and it helped you to survive. It helped you to navigate. It helped you to build relationships, because people didn't see you as a threat. But a lot of y'all, you're done, because being in that position and playing that role hasn't served you. Some of y'all gotten breadcrumbs. And even if you did have success or what you feel like you deserved, you didn't fully get what you wanted. It's breadcrumbs really in comparison to what you always should have gotten. You're done. And ever since you stopped playing small in this season, you've been stepping into your power. You've been getting every single thing that you dreamed of. It might be happening, slower for some people. It might be happening full on, like boom, 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 nonstop for some of y'all. And your energy is making the people around you feel uncomfortable. But the powerful part about it is it's like you don't even care, man. You don't give a damn. Y'all don't care no more. And that's what God has been waiting on. God didn't create you to play small, because who you are is a byproduct of Him. God made you who you are. So to shrink who you are is to undermine God. You're not even undermining yourself. You're not even diminishing or limiting your own potential. You're limiting the potential of God in you. So it's really it's almost like a disrespect to God to play small and to live and operate lower than who He created you to be. I gotta say that again. To live beneath who God created you to be is to undermine and disrespect God, because He put everything inside of you for you to be yourself. So for you to like pull back, limit yourself, lower yourself, you're limiting God. And so to honor God, you will have to honor the greatness that he put in you. You will have to honor the power that He put in you, the intelligence, the brilliance, the talents. A lot of y'all are gifted. This is not an evil message, even though a lot of people see you living in a villain era or being unapologetic in how you move in the world. They see it as you being cruel. It's not being cruel. It's about having a backbone. It's about standing up for yourself and refusing to allow this world to make you feel like you have to play small and be less than who you are in order to fit in or survive. You don't even care about fitting in. You already know you're going to survive despite what happens, because God has been taking you this whole way. He's been helping you to survive this whole time. So why would you already know He got you. You're done. You're done. And it's making people feel uncomfortable. A lot of people looking at you like, who you think you are? Envy growing in people, insecurity, comparison. But you're being unapologetic. You're not apologizing for being who you are, for being unique. A lot of y'all are very peculiar people, very unique, very special, very gifted. The way that you think, the way that you dress, the way that you operate, your interactions with people. People tell you a lot of times that they never met somebody like you before. All right? You know, sometimes when animals walk by, they stare. When people have kids with them and they got their kids on their arm, the baby turns and stares at you as the parent is walking by. I mean, y'all very spiritually in tune people. You're very high vibrational. And that's why you're so different, because what's different about you, God created it. So to really stand up in your truth and being who you are and standing in your power is really standing up for God, because He gave you all of that. So you're being unapologetic in a world where people are conditioned to keep their head down, be obedient. And that's why a lot of people thought they probably could play games with you, overlook you, and dismiss you, because a lot of it was your fault. You were operating less than who you were. So that's what made them think less of you. But this version of you that you're living as, which is the true you, people are like, I never saw this before. Who is this person? A lot of people think you're a chameleon, that you're switching up, that you're fake. For a period of time, they tried to test you because they thought this was an act. You're trying to pretend to be more than what you are so that you could get attention and all this. You're not apologizing anymore. You're bolder. Your mind is clearer. Your back is straight. Right? You're not apologetic. You don't bend. You don't compromise. You're living as an unapologetic, uncompromising version of yourself. And it's garnering a lot of respect. Some of the respect you get is from the people that doubted you, people that made themselves your enemies. They have no choice but to respect you now, because you're standing on business on behalf of yourself, on behalf of who you really are. And you live, like I said, you live way too long playing nice, being a good guy, being a good girl, doing the right thing, playing small, being a people pleaser, right? Um, you know, being a peacemaker, um, not saying how you really feel. Maybe you are really in a more humble, introverted energy, and now you're more outspoken. You're doing what you really want to do. You dressing what you really you wear what you really want to wear, man. You're expressing what you really want to express. Whether you got a platform or just how you operate in the world, if you're not really on social media like that, and it's very powerful. A lot of y'all are sexy right now. Your back is straight, chest up, shoulders back. You're getting a lot more attention now because of it. Because people are always going to pay attention to power. Your vibration is higher now than it's ever been before because you're not bending. You're not compromising for nobody. So you're even more attractive than ever before. You're garnering more respect now than ever before. You're getting more, your romantic life, your love life is going up because you're just powerful, man or woman. And the opportunities that you once wanted, that you used to dream of, that you used to sometimes, some of you used to even beg for it, because deep down inside, you may not have felt like you deserved it because you played small and you were made to feel small by your environment, by your parents, by the people you had around you, whatever. Now that you've overcome that and you know you deserve everything that you're supposed to have and your confidence is all high, some people might think that you're arrogant. They might think that you're arrogant, but you don't care. You're not apologizing for being confident. You understand that as a human being, you have a right to be secure in yourself, just like anybody else. You have a right to be confident more than anybody else, just like everybody else. That's a God-given right. It's part of what makes you human. And what's really, it's like a rebellion that's happening inside of you. You're rebelling against people that tried to make you feel like you didn't deserve the best of what life had to offer. They thought they deserved it. They may have thought everybody else deserved it except you. And it's really a disrespect to who you are. And it was very dehumanizing to treat you in that way. Or for you to even walk around feeling that way, regardless of who made you feel that way. Because you weren't born with that feeling. You weren't born with that, I don't deserve this. You weren't born with this like insecurity. Maybe you had low self-esteem. You weren't born like that. And a lot of times people try to kick you down and make you feel like we're up here and you stay down there. They try to make you feel less than. But this was just a tactic and a strategy. They knew you had power, a lot of these people, and it was their strategy to undermine you and to try to break your confidence so that you would walk around in that energy, so that you'll walk around with low self-esteem, so that you'll walk around feeling less than because of how they treated you. They're afraid that if you walked around in your power, you would outshine them, that you would get the opportunities that they were seeking, that you will outcompete them, you will outdo them, and that you would eventually be standing in the position and in the light that they were trying to get. A lot of people try to knock you out of the way by making you feel small, but you're done. It's some bugs a little bit out here, y'all. Excuse me, man. So y'all done. You just like have this fierce, unapologetic energy about yourself where you refuse to let the world push you down or suppress you and kick you down anymore. You know that when you walk out in the world, you deserve the best things that life has to offer, just like any and everybody else. Bold, powerful. And it's not, you're not moving people out the way. Even though they are moving out of your way, it's just your energy. Just how you move. Just by being yourself. You're not even trying to compete with anyone, but by you operating in the excellence that you knew that you were always capable of. You automatically, you just outdo people. You're not competing, you're just operating in your full excellence. They can't stand it. Some of them might try to play you, undermine you, play psychological games, send spiritual attacks. It won't work. Your backbone is too strong, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. You just, I'm not apologizing. I'm not dimming my light. I'm a shine. You know you look good. A lot of y'all are really attractive, but for a long time, you diminish your beauty because you knew that how you look would make people feel less than. You didn't want people to feel like they were ugly. You didn't want people to think that you were superior to them. You would try to soothe the insecurity of people because you got a good heart. You want people to feel good, but in return, oftentimes in return of you trying to like diminish yourself to make other people feel elevated, they treated you like crap because it made them. You trying to understand like I'm trying to make you feel better, but they treat you like crap. What's going on? What's going on? Well, what was going on is that now you made them feel superior to you. And when people think that they're better than you, there's a certain arrogance that's going to rise up in them. The arrogance, the heads swell up and they start looking down at you and talking down to you and disrespecting you. And now that's a violation. And the people that even once overlooked you, they see you rising to your power. They see you feeling better and better about yourself. Your head is up. You're not apologizing for being who you are. You're not shying away from anything. You're not ashamed. A lot of y'all used to carry some shame about yourself that made you play small. You realize ain't a goddamn thing to be ashamed of. So you walk into your truth. And it's making the people that once overlooked you or dismissed you or try to, you know what I'm saying, push you to the side, now they want to be a part of your team because they see that no matter what they try to do, they want to be a part of your life because they see you going up. You can only go up. And that was the price that you also have to pay for playing small. A lot of you play small to the point where you being small knocked you down in life because you didn't take what you deserve and you didn't protect yourself. So you being at the bottom, suffering losses, you realize that it was very much a result of you playing small. That's why you got small results. That's why you felt behind. That's why some people might have even took in certain opportunities that was really supposed to be for you, or that you should have just took. You should have took those opportunities. You should have been advanced and got a little further ahead. But you played small, and somebody else that was willing to be bigger and bolder and more confident took that. And so you suffered. You suffered the consequences of playing small, and you realize that. You see that, and it's as clear as day. And now you realize, I'm not doing that anymore, fam. You can't afford to. If you want to make it, if you want to be successful, you can't afford to play small. It is not desperation. It's not survival. It's just alignment. You have to be in alignment with who you really are. So now you're attracting everything, all the abundance and success that you was always supposed to have, because you're in alignment with your truth, with the truest and the highest version of yourself. And you don't even have to try. You're just not trying to play small anymore. You're just being yourself, uncompromising, unapologetic. You're not shrinking, playing small, or dimming your light or diminishing your uniqueness. It's powerful, man. Y'all looking real good. Y'all looking powerful. You got that bad boy look to you. You got that bad girl look to you. And it's not cruelty. It's just you got a backbone. You're not gonna allow anyone to make you feel small. You're not gonna let nobody bully you out of being confident. Your throat chakra is clear. You're not gonna let anybody discourage you or the world discourage you from speaking your truth or from living in your truth or from expressing your full self. You're powerful as hell. You got that dark look to you. Some of y'all are dark masculine. You understand me? You're in a dark feminine. And you're taking everything that's supposed to be yours, and people try to step in your way. Well, you ain't gonna stop. And they might get rolled over, and that's okay. Nobody told you to try to step in my path or try to take what's mine. You're not bowing down to nothing but God. Yo, man, proud of y'all, man. A lot of people are actually very fearful of you coming into this. They always saw you had the potential to be really powerful, really successful. They saw a lot of people, you know how people looked at you, they said, man, they got so much potential. If they would just walk in their power, they will be able to take off. A lot of people saw that in you, but they also feared the day that you would tap into that power, into that energy. The day is now. You tapping into that shit now. You fully tapping into your power now, into your darkness. You need light in the dark. Dark ain't evil, just darkness in the form of not apologizing, right? Walking in your power, not playing nice, not being a good guy, a good girl anymore. That's not your job. It's not your job to be nice to people. It's a choice. You don't even have to be kind to people. You don't even have to show people in this world respect. Because a lot of times people treated you in that way, remember? Disrespected you, dismissed you, weren't kind, they weren't nice. I'm not saying walk around being mean. You just recognize that you have no obligation. It's not your job to walk around being a good guy. It's not your job to walk around being a good girl. Stop doing that. If you're still in that energy, stop doing that. That's not your job. It's not your job to walk around pleasing people in this world. Your job is to be yourself and be the version of you that God created you to be and walk in your truth. That's how you're going to liberate yourself. Sirens. That's how you're going to really create authentic relationships. That's how the success that was always supposed to be for you are going to start coming into your life through attraction, because you're finally in the energy of your truth. You're unfiltered, you're unapologetic, and you don't bow down to nothing or nobody but God and to your truth. Yeah, man, it's not our job to be nice and helping everybody and being sweet and kind. The world just going to take advantage of that. It ain't your job. Being your truth unapologetically, just like everybody else does. You're not beneath nobody. You shouldn't be compromising yourself when everybody walk around in their truth. Nah. A lot of y'all have walking in and realized your value. You're stepping into your power. You lost a lot of fear. God took that fear out of you. You risen out of that place of low self-worth. God showed you your value. And once you see who you really are, once God reveals to you who you really are, there's no going back. A lot of people, a lot of demonic entities, a lot of, I don't know if you want to call them devils or evil spirits or evil doers. That's one of the main things they wanted to do to on your life. They wanted to come into your life and they wanted to make sure that you never wake up and realize who you really are. They wanted to make sure that you never saw your value. That's why you had and attracted a lot of narcissistic people. They're being in a relationship with you, but as they're in a relationship with you, they're abusing you, they're beating you down, they're diminishing your self-worth, they're belittling you. Some of y'all been bullied, you understand me, in abusive relationships. That's Satan. That's one of his main goals. It's not to actually delete you. It's not to wipe you out. It's not to really destroy you, but it's to really break you, break your mind, break the perception that you have of yourself, break your spirit, lower your worth, and make you feel like you're nothing. A lot of people probably told y'all, I ain't going to be nothing in life, this, that, and the third. That's exactly how they wanted you to see yourself. You've never been that. You've always had value. You've always been intelligent and have capabilities. But they wanted to make sure that they break that confidence and that light that you have. See, when you walk into your villain era, it's not that you're really in darkness. You have more light now than ever before. You got more light in you now more than ever before because you're not apologizing for your light. You're not dimming your light. And you refuse to let anybody in this world dim your light. So your vibration high now more than ever before. You vibrating higher now than ever before. Your light shining. You're not apologizing for it. Yeah. Look, man, keep doing your thing. Stay prayed up. Give thanks to the Most High every day. If this video inspired you, empowered you, added value to you, hit the like button, hype the video up. I see YouTube You got people, you got the option to hype people up. Hype me up, man. Drop a comment, donate to the channel so we can keep these videos going. At Zelle, you have a Zelle, harlequinrandy@gmail.com. I'll drop it in the description. Stay in your power, man. It looks good on you. So, I'm out here. I might get something to eat. Peace.